I want to talk a little bit about the increase in violent crime that has racked Central Illinois, including Decatur. This problem is a national dilemma, and it is much worse in larger cities and even in other medium-sized cities that are comparable in size to Decatur. But we take no comfort in worse statistics elsewhere. One shooting in Decatur is one too many. The underlying causes are numerous, but I want you to know that the city is putting its resources into what we believe are solid strategies to deal with the root causes of some of this violence. Let me tell you what is not causing the spike in violent crime. It is not because our police department is running a little bit short-staffed right now. Our police officers are stepping up. They are serving the citizens. They're taking additional assignments and overtime to keep Decatur safe. I'm proud of them and the work that they do for all of our citizens. The mayor and the city council have equipped our police department with the resources, with the intelligence gathering apparatus, the supplies, the support to fight crime, but that doesn't always prevent people from committing violent crimes. Based on what our local law enforcement professionals see, it's not difficult to determine the causes of some of the violent crime here in Decatur. There are simply too many people driving around Decatur, going to parties, going to meetings, going to gatherings and other interactions under the influence of infused cannabis, of legal and illegal drugs, or of alcohol, or a combination of these. And many of these people have grown up with poor leadership role models in their lives, or no role models at all. They disrespect authority, all authority. The state has released too many people with violent medical health, with violent mental health tendencies into the streets of Illinois cities, and the state's judicial system is less willing today to hold violent and repeat criminals accountable for their actions. We have unwittingly taught a large part of our population in the space of just one generation that there really are no serious consequences for violent crime. Hollywood glorifies violence, especially gun violence, leading viewers to the conclusion that people can use violence in the real world to resolve their problems. Some folks think we should declare a public health emergency to deal with gun violence, but this is not a public health emergency. We are in the midst of a moral and social values crisis. Health departments are not empowered, they're not intended, and they're not capable of intervening to create different societal and community results when our country faces a moral and social value disruption. So what should we do? We need to get gang youths out of those situations where they are enticed into violent crime. Identify people and programs that can intervene in people's lives before they see crime as a viable or even a preferred option. Provide more transitional housing so people don't become desperate. Equip police to make solid arrests, taking the ringleaders out of the picture with long prison terms and seizing more illegal weapons, many of which are being brought here from crime-ridden major cities like Chicago and St. Louis. Parents your kids, and if parents aren't in the picture, we need to work together to find meaningful parental substitutes and alternative activities and role models to pattern responsible social behavior. These are the strategies your mayor and city council are choosing to advance and to fund. Specifically, your mayor and city council are doing some of the following. Decatur has dedicated the sufficient amount of time to make sure we are one of the highest arrest rate communities in the state for impaired driving, something else we're proud of. We have invested in youth leadership and training programs to divert troubled teens away from criminal paths. They are exposed to a different set of values in these programs for lifelong learning. We've invested in workforce development facilities to divert would-be criminals or other at-risk persons to a more productive and less risky life. We are funding local nonprofits that are directly involved in working with troubled and at-risk youth. We're investing our ARP monies to increase the inventory of transitional housing. We continue to invest in school resource officers in the Decatur Public Schools. We're creating new jobs because more jobs create more economic opportunities for everyone. We're using our ARP money to invest in neighborhood cameras and several other cutting-edge pieces of law enforcement equipment to help our police officers catch criminals and improve the police department's criminal case closure rate. And there's more to do. And what the city and its partners have already done will take time to bear fruit. But I, for one, am optimistic about the likelihood of changing things around, given the initiatives and the programs your mayor and city council have already elected to fund and others they are contemplating. But the city government cannot change the crime rate alone. We need and we request your help. Call 911 when you see crime happening. Use the Crime Stoppers tip line. Be a willing witness and provide information to police to help us solve crimes faster. With so many illegal drugs coming across our southern border, if you see or know about fentanyl that is killing people and altering their minds to the point of committing violent crimes, tell us about it. I'm reminded in these perilous times of the famous Edmund Burke quote, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." Now I need to modernize that. The only good thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men and women to do nothing.